Today we celebrate the fourth Sunday of Advent, which means that this is the last Sunday before Christmas. We remember that Advent is a season of 4 Sundays. We started Advent this year on Sunday, November the 30th. We celebrated the first Sunday on the 30th, the second Sunday on the 2nd, the third Sunday on the 14th, which means today, December the 21st, is the fourth Sunday of Advent, the last Sunday of Advent. We know that Christmas is celebrated every December the 25th. Have we talked about why it is that Christmas is celebrated on December the 25th? Why December the 25th? Because it's connected to the winter solstice. So how interesting that the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. And so we noticed, our ancient ancestors noticed how it is that the day keeps getting shorter and shorter from the summer on. The days keep getting shorter and shorter until roughly December the 21st or 22nd, the time of the solstice. And then suddenly the situation reverses itself and we have more and more light. So for our pagan ancestors, it was called the Feast of the Unconquered Sun. And when our pagan ancestors are celebrating the Feast of the Unconquered Sun, Christians decided to celebrate the light of the world, he who is the sun for us in the Christian tradition, Jesus Christ. So it's not that we believe Jesus was born on December the 25th. Scholars don't believe that he was born on the 25th, but they associated his birth in the early celebrations of the church on the feast of the solstice, of the winter solstice. So how interesting that Jesus, according to that tradition, was conceived during the spring equinox and then born during the winter solstice. By the year 336, we were celebrating Christmas. We know that Christmas doesn't go all the way back to the time of Christ. The celebration of Christmas, actually, the first traces that we have of the celebration of Christmas are in the year 336. What was happening in the church during that time? Only 11 years earlier, in 325, we had the first Council of Nicaea, which is when the Emperor Constantine brought together all the bishops of the church so that they'd be singing the same song throughout the empire. He was using Christianity to unite his new empire. And so it was in Nicaea that they came up with a new creed. We call it the Nicene Creed. Have you ever said the Nicene Creed? Actually, every Sunday, what we have in our Mass program is the Nicene Creed, the creed that they formulated in 325 at the Council of Nicaea. And so the timing of it was such that during the Council of Nicaea, the emphasis was on Jesus' divinity, how it is that Jesus is divine. And so we started celebrating the birthday of Jesus shortly after that time. So that's a brief history of Christmas, how it is that when our pagan ancestors are celebrating the winter solstice, we were busy celebrating not their God, the unvanquished sun, but instead he who brought light into our world, Jesus, the light of the world.